Hi everyone, I'm Junwen from University of Chicago. Today I'm going to introduce you my work on managing data constraints. Data constraints are often associated with data to describe their properties. For example, in the given web page where you can create a new wiki, there might be many constraints associated with a title text box, like not known, length, uniqueness, and format. In database-backed web applications, there are a lot of data to process, and the data are associated with many constraints. Our study showed that 77% of the fields are associated with constraint, and on average, 1.4 constraints are associated for each field. And the constraints can be specified in multiple layers. In Rails application, the front end can specify the length requirement using HTML input tag. The application can specify the same constraint using Rails validation function. Also, the backend database server can specify using SQL queries. These applications often face frequent upgrades and migrations. For example, the database schema could change from one version to another, which also happens to front-end and application logic. Our study shows that half of the versions have contained constraint changes. Inconsistency of when issues happen While upgrading an application, the newly added or changed constraints are incompatible with old data. For example, in GitLab, its version 4 has created a new field named HTML, which allows the null value. However, in the new version, it changed to not allow null value. As a result, during the upgrade, a migration will fail, since the null value records created between 4 and 5 will fail the not none constraint. For WHERE issue, we have automatically extracted 7,000 constraints in the latest version and break down them according to where they are specified. And compare them across layers, we have found 400 constraints specified in application are not in database. They include the not null, inclusion, exclusion, and unique constraints. We also found that 1,000 more stringless database constraints are not in application, and in between them there are 133 conflicting constraints, which will cause page crash with unhandled database or application error. To tackle the how issues, we developed a new gem that offers better default error messages and is well received in our user study. For the what issues, we have automatically detected 19 case sensitivity conflicts in latest versions, and they are confirmed by real-world developers. And to tackle when issues, we have built a tool to automatically detect when conflict. In conclusions, we conducted the first in-depth study of data constraints in database-backed web applications. We categorized 4 anti-patterns. We developed a static checker to detect the data constraint issues. For more information, you can refer to our project's webpage.